Okay, we're back again doing the 2.0 turbo timing on my BA A4. Immediately after I posted my first video, I realized there's a few things, important things, I forgot to mention. So we're going to do that now. If enough people have questions, I will probably just make another video answering all of them. But here we are. Number one, when you guys go to take your crank dampener off, I used my impact. I didn't have to use the holder tool. The impact was enough torque just to get the bolt out. It's on its own. Once that bolt is out, you have to put this nylon round donut looking thing from your toolkit on there and then tighten that bolt back in immediately. That way this sprocket does not move. Because if that sprocket moves, then you're going to lose track of where everything's at. You can pick it up again, it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. So just put that thing in there, tighten this fairly tight. You don't have to torque it down too crazy, just enough so it doesn't come loose and you can still turn the motor with it. So that's number one. Also, I mentioned I got the Vaco timing chain tensioner. That's what ECS uses in their kit, so it should be good enough for what we're doing here. But there was one thing on there that I wasn't very happy about. In the bottom of it, where the oil enters to provide pressure to the tensioner, there is a burr on the drilled hole. And I'll show you guys on the factory one. You can see it on this one, because it's right there in plain view. On the Vaco one, it's hidden. So you'll have to look closely down in the bottom of that area on the Vaco one, or really any brand, and make sure it doesn't have a burr on it. That way you don't have a loose chunk of metal in your engine somewhere. Even though it is small, you'd be surprised what a little piece can do to a motor. And you see how small the hole is, it wouldn't be hard to block that up. So that's another thing. And then this one is fairly common. On your cam bridge, you can see this metal screen that's broke. That whole chunk that's broke out was actually sitting down in the bore, back in here. I had to pull that out, and you do not want that sitting in there, because that can cause an oil blockage. Also, if it gets down inside there, which there have been cases where fragments of that get stuck in the check valve, then the cam bracket can't do its job. So be darn sure this is nice and cleaned out. I have to do mine still, obviously. The TSB says just to cut that out. A lot of people just replace this whole thing, which isn't a bad idea either. But my bores still look fairly nice, so I'm just going to reuse mine. So, yeah, those three things. If you take note of those and take care of that stuff while you do this job, you should be in good shape. So, like I said, if enough questions come up, I'll make another video answering those. As far as the whole service position thing goes, I might make another video in the future if I get the chance to show you guys exactly step by step how I did this. But at this point, all my videos are on my phone, and it's kind of difficult to do that. So we'll see what the future holds. Until then, I wish you guys good luck on this job, and hopefully what I got to say helps you out.